How are we doing, everybody? This is Let's Be Real with Brad. Today we are going to be talking about the first Christmas movie of the year, Happiest Season. Before we start off with the review, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It means the world that you guys are liking my videos and being subscribed to the channel. You guys are the best. Happiest Season is a new romantic comedy film directed by Clea Duvall from a screenplay written by Duvall and Mary Holland. The film stars Kristen Stewart, Mackenzie Davis, Alison Brie, Aubrey Plaza, Dan Levy, Mary Holland, Victor Garber, and Mary Steenburgen. This was originally supposed to be released theatrically, but since the impact of COVID-19, Hulu bought the rights for the film to be distributed as a Hulu original, snagging itself another good original film. Going into this film, I had no idea what this movie was even about, only knowing it would have many of the Christmas family comedic elements that we would come to expect to see based on the poster itself. After watching the film, I still got all that and so much more. This is easily one of the most fun, hilarious, and emotionally pulling films I have seen this year. The film knows exactly how to use great and perfected comedic timing to make this movie fly by and flow so perfectly. This is combined with some truly heartfelt and emotional scenes that I felt were never cheesy or glossy throughout the film, until the third act. Performances are good from the whole cast. Everyone has great chemistry with each other and seems to be having such a fun time in their roles. Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis have incredible chemistry as they nail all the super emotional and heartfelt scenes as well as silly scenes. Dan Levy was the biggest standout, having the best comedic moments and never ever skips a beat. He is the sidekick character that usually ends up being a little annoying just because it's for the comedic relief, but Levy provided more to the table and brought an impressive performance. On doing research, I learned that he is the creator, writer, and stars in the critically acclaimed show Schitt's Creek, which now I have to check out and see how good it is. Writing is very solid as well, with the script being so hilarious, but also feels so genuine with the characters. Everyone has their own solid arcs that I think mostly worked in the film. It has a great heartwarming message and even some harsh realities of life that many gay people must face in their everyday lives, which makes this a particularly important film. The film never becomes too serious, but just enough to keep this film being a silly, cheesy gag film that we have seen in many Christmas films. Writing does have its negatives with the number of tropes and cliches, which can be very irritating to watch. It follows a quite simple formula that we are all used to seeing. The film is also shot decently, giving an above average performance. I think the film does look especially good in the scenes that are filled with loads of Christmas decorations. Music is also solid, adding to the Christmas spirit to it that made me feel so warm and cozy while watching it. The most important aspect to me is how the film addresses a real life issue that many gay people face and turns itself into a funny romantic comedy that always felt lighthearted and then becomes a more emotional, heartbreaking film in the second half, which describes our main character's feelings throughout. We don't get many films like this, which is disappointing, but it is great to see there is tons of great diversity and change in the Hollywood industry. This film is going to age extremely well due to its story and how important and relatable this film will be for many people. This film does have quite a bit of negatives, being that the first can be very cheesy at times, filled to the brim with loads of cliches and things we have seen before in other films with this similar concept. The film for about the first half does go the way you think it's going to go without any real surprises throughout. These sequences are done much better than films of the similar concept, which keeps the film enjoyable. There is a minor subplot involving Kristen Stewart's character and the two young kids in the film that is so small and completely unnecessary that I truly have no idea why it is in here. If you take this whole subplot out of the film, it doesn't change anything. Even if it was trying to go for a joke or trying to create some tension, it does not make any sense when you think about the motivations of the children. The third act was starting to go in a way which I very much enjoyed. It was extremely emotional, and if you have ever had that feeling of love inside you for someone else, You will feel that in this scene. My issue is the film was headed toward a different ending that I had expected. I think would have made the most sense and could still have had a positive message to it. They chose to go back to a very cheesy, obvious choice that let me down quite a bit. Try to make it up by giving us reasons as to why it ended how it did, but it is disappointing. Overall, I had a blast watching this hilarious, heartfelt, cheesy Christmas film that I think had a lot to say with its concept we have seen before, but this is done in a fresh, new 2020 way which feels very appropriate and adds something new to the table. The film is very entertaining and a nice, easily accessible film that I think anyone and everyone can find some Christmas spirit in. I'm going to give this film a 7 out of 10. Let me know, have you seen Happiest Season? Have you guys ever heard of it? I want to know all those things down below in the comments section. As always, I will see you all in the next video.